the Clorox Rising Stars format. The Friday format is right there on your screen as you see it. You have 12 rookies, you have 12 sophomores. This game is going to be played on February 18th. And 4 from the G League at night. So 28 players in total, drafted in the 4 teams, 7 players each competing in a 3-game tournament. 4 honorary Hall of Fame coaches. They all are on the 75th anniversary team. James Worthy, Rick Barry, Gary Payton, and our own Isaiah Thomas. So let's just give you a sample of what happened earlier this week.
Welcome to the 2022 Clorox Rising Stars draft. Isaiah Thomas, you have the first pick.
I would take Anthony Edwards from Minnesota. The All-Star game, it's about excitement. It's about, pleasing the crowd. He's a high flyer.
Mr. Rick Barry, you're up.
I think I'll go with Evan Mobley from the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Rick, I'm going to kill you. I'm gonna kill you, Rick. You know that was my pick. God.
Yeah, well, he's been pretty darn consistent lately.
Good pick. Good pick.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with him.
GP, you let it out the bag that's who you wanted, so now a little pressure. Who do you want for your first pick?
You know I'm gonna pick in my position. I gotta go with Ball. I think that he does everything. He's gonna get excitement. As what Isaiah says, he's gonna bring excitement too. He's gonna bring flash to the game. He's shooting the ball very well. He's an all-around basketball player.
James Worthy, the final pick of the first round.
I'm going to go with Cole Anthony. Well, he puts points on the board, and this is a Rising Star game. We're going to need that. Plus, he's a backcourt, phenomenal player that can distribute as well. So I had to go with him.
Rick Barry, who would you like to choose next?
Well, I'm probably going to get Isaiah mad at me now because I'm sure he wants to take one of the Piston players. I'm going with Cade Cunningham.
Low down. That's come on, Rick. Come on, man. You know you weren't supposed to do that.
Gentlemen, well done. I wish all 4 of your teams good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Stephanie Reddy hosting the Snake Draft. So there's so much talent. Shouts out to her and all the Hall of Famers that are going to be coaches. So let's go ahead and throw up the first round and second round up on the screen. Coach, starting with you, so much talent that you see. What stands out?
Well, Edwards stands out as maybe the most talented guy up there. He's proven he can score in the league. And then the guy I like is the 5th pick, Giddey. He makes people better. I think in a game like this with him spraying it and getting guys open shots, he'll be really fun to watch. Happy for Greg Anthony's son, Cole, 4th pick. He's a talented guy. You could argue Ball could have gone 1, right? I mean, Ball is a dynamic guy. And then the guy that I think is got as much all-star potential as anybody is Barnes. Barnes has been having a great year, but he's been doing it the right way, and he plays both ends, and he's a two-way player.
Let's throw up the 3rd and 4th round, put those players up on the screen and see who we have. B. Haywood, take a look at who you see, and who do you like that stands out?
Well, who stands out for me is my man Desmond Bain from Memphis. I like the way he plays. He plays with an edge to him, shooting the ball well. Ro, we both got a chance to watch him in Summer League, and they put the ball in his hands a lot in the Summer League because they wanted him to be more of a ball handler during the season this year, and it has worked out very well for him. So I really like Bain. I think Franz Wagner is probably one of the steals of the draft with the way that he's playing in Orlando. Yeah. I knew a lot of people thought he'd be good, but I don't know if anybody thought he'd be good, this fast. And then last but not least, you're talking about an all-star game. I want somebody with that pop, that sizzle that's going to do something that's going to excite me. That's what Jalen Green brings to the table. He's a high flyer. He's young. He's flashy. He got the pizzazz. You've seen him on draft night with the young Michael Jackson suit. This kid's all about the flash and the shine, so I'm sure he's going to make some highlight plays.
Yeah, he's definitely going to bring that thriller type of atmosphere when it comes to this right here. So let's go to the 5th and 6th rounds. Coach B, take a look on the screen. Who do you see and who do you like?
Well, I think it's great for Davion Mitchell. Tough kid, hard-playing guy. Maxey, to me, that's a little low for him. I think he's a guy that's a most improved candidate, bro. The way he's played, 17 points a game. It's good to see that. Suggs has missed, I think, 20 games, and great to have him on that team. Halliburton, he's a dynamic point guard. I think 7 assists a game. Again, another guy I think in these games that can make people better and get people shots. It makes the game more fun.
More fun, and that's what we're doing right here. Let's go to the next screen and see what we had, because we talked about all these players that are coming up. So this is specifically from the Ignite. B. Wood, I know you're paying close attention to these players who have a bright future in the league.
Yeah, listen, all these guys from the Ignite, they're gonna be happy to be there. This is gonna be their chance to get out there and shine and show people what they bring to the table. And I'm glad that the NBA is getting a chance to showcase these guys and let them know what the G League Ignite's all about. Because listen, over the years we've had some really, really good players come up from the G League and turn into stars. And so right now we're seeing these guys get showcased a little bit early.
No doubt about it. Coach, go ahead.
I think you got to give the league credit for. Every year they kind of change things. They've added things. You know, we had the international, against the U.S. guys, and now we've got a draft and our top 75 guys picking them, which is fun. They get to coach a little bit and see how it really is, right?
Right.
And to have the Ignite guys in there and to make that statement of how important that team is to the league and the development of young guys. I just give the league credit. I think it's great. I think it's exciting. I love you play a game, then you play another game. What is it, 50 points, and then you play to 25?
Right.
Which I love that scoring system. So I'm excited to see this. And again, I think it's hard sometimes to change. We stick with things a long time in this business. For the league to do that, I think it's really cool.
Indeed, definitely amplifying everything when it comes to the G League. So let's break this down. You talked about the coaching, so each coach has their team. So let's look at how some of the rosters stack up. Let's start with Zeke's team, Hall of Famer Isaiah Thomas. Coach, starting with you, just as far as everything goes, I mean, we can go into matchups and whatnot, but what do you like that maybe reflects of what type of player Isaiah Thomas was with the players he picked?
Well, he picked a true point guard. I think Halliburton's as close to that in the league as we've seen. The point guard position isn't what it used to be, right? I think he picked toughness. Bay is tough. Bain is tough. Achua is tough. Stewart is tough. And, he's loyal to those tough kind of bad boys guys. So
nice assessment.
I like his team.
Moving on, Brendan, so we're looking at Rick Barry's team. We all know that teams like to have identities. You take a look at this team. What do you think the identity is for Rick Barry?
I think the identity for this team is versatility. When you look at Evan Mobley, Cade Cunningham, Franz Wagner, I see guys with size that can do multiple things, play multiple positions. So when I look at this team, I see a bunch of guys that can switch pick and rolls, won't be taken advantage of. Be able to have some mismatches themselves. But this lineup is very versatile. A lot of size out there and a lot of guys that do different things.
Toughness and versatility definitely so far on the first two group of 7-man squads. Gary Payton was arguably the best trash talker, if not one of the best trash talkers, all slander team. Coach, looking at him, we know a point guard extraordinaire. What do you see? What's the theme of this team?
Well, I see great ball handling and great decision making. With ball, he's going to make all those guys better. Scoot is a dynamic, he's a 17-year-old guy playing in this game and, wise beyond his years. Scotty Barnes, McDaniels, and Duarte are all 6'5", 6'6", 6'7", versatile. Like Big B said, they can switch. And then, Mitchell, to me, has a heart of a lion, and he's a lot like Gary. He's got that toughness. He's a two-way player. I can see where Gary would like that guy.
I like this right here. The theme is that we're going with for each player who is the top 75 player now coaching, having this theme of each. So the final one, big game James Worthy. We know he got that name for a reason. So B. Wood, looking on the screen, what do you see?
Looking at his team, I don't see anything that stands out from, like we talked about toughness and versatility, but I like the way he put this team together. You got the dual point guard lineup with Cole Anthony and Josh Giddey, and now you can do a lot of different things in that aspect of it. Coach already touched on Tyrese Maxey and what he means to the 76ers this year, averaging 17 points a game. A real big part of the reason why this team isn't missing Ben Simmons quite as much as people would think. So I love Anthony, Giddey, Maxey as the core of the team, Jalen Green, and watch out for my man Herb Jones. He just makes winning plays. Even when I watched him at Alabama, he was one of those guys, he's not flashy. When you turn on, he's not going to be doing all the highlights and everything else. he's a guy that can help you win. And in the All-Star game, sometimes those type of things get overlooked.
I like big game, James, but look at some of these players. They've had big games and hit big shots. Jalen Suggs in the tournament last season, Tyrese Maxey recently, and also Cole Anthony's hit a few game winners this day. So that's James Worthy's team. So that's not all. So also on Friday, there's also a Clorox Clutch Challenge with 4 teams to compete in the time shooting competition with 5 shooting spots on the floor tied to iconic clutch shots made throughout NBA playoff history. You know, we see the Magic. It says baby hook, but they call it the junior sky hook. We know Damian Lillard at the logo, Charles Barkley, the top and key versus the Spurs, Ray Allen, Reggie Miller. So this is what you're going to have for the shooting spots. And let's take a look at the teams. Coach, starting with you. I mean, we see who's on the screen, and who do you like?
Well, I think you got it. Halliburton and Bane can both shoot it. They have that range. They're terrific shooters. I don't know about Barnes and Duarte. I think Duarte's more of a pull-up 2 guy. Obviously, he's a 3-point shooter, but we'll see what they do with that. Mobley and Giddey might be the dark horse, right? They might be the 2 guys that kind of have the best maybe players in this, and see if they can figure out how to make some shots in this competition. The young guys from Ignite, that's a tough task, right? Coming in, you know, they're not playing in the games, but they're going to come in and have to shoot in this situation. That's difficult. Definitely difficult. B. Wood, anything you got to add?
I agree with Coach. I like Halliburton and Bane in this one just because I think when you talk about making shots in different spots, I like that combo better than any of the other combos. Scotty Barnes, we understand what he brings to the table in a game setting, but as far as shot making, that's not really his strength right now. He's that jack of all trades, junkyard dog, Draymond Green type.
Yes, indeed, the Clorox Clutch Challenge.